Story County, helping build Nevada's future.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. On the broadcast today, Clark County Commissioner Segerblom joins us here for the whole show on an all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
Welcome to the Ahern Hotel, where bold ambition meets unforgettable experiences. Feel your game day vibes and celebrate with great food at All-American Sports Kitchen, serving amazing flavors and fan favorites. Sip and savor at Aroma Barista Bar. Handcrafted coffee roasted to perfection. Step into the Ahern Live showroom, where concerts, comedy, and unforgettable performances light up the night. We also have the David Yule Art Gallery. It's the only one in the world, and his work is breathtaking. Browse the gift shop. It's a treasure trove of keepsakes, chic essentials, and one-of-a-kind finds. And the space. Almost 30,000 square feet of meetings and events areas ready for you. From weddings and birthdays to quinceañeras, trade shows, banquets, and beauty pageants. Bigger ideas? Let the Ahern team handle all the details so your event is flawless. Ahern Hotel, where moments become memories. Book your next gathering today.
You'll be rolling with some swag during the $150,000 Spring Bling giveaways at Tamarack Casino. Make it rain with up to $5,000 in cash every week and 20 large in cash guaranteed during the grand finale drawing. We're blinging in your good times at Tamarack Casino.
2025 is bringing big changes for Nevada businesses. If you have more than 5 employees and have been operating for 3 years or more, you must now comply with new state retirement plan mandates. The Vegas Chamber 401k plan makes it easy, offering a proven, customizable, and cost-effective plan for employers and employees to save with tax advantages. Visit vegaschamber.com to explore options and see how the Vegas Chamber can help you start saving for your future.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, coming to you from the Ahern Hotel in Las Vegas. We're always pleased to welcome back to the program Segerblom. He is the Clark County Commissioner for District E. You were the chairman. I kind of miss you having that title. Michael Knapp's doing a great job. You miss being chairman?
A little bit, but truthfully, it's there's a lot of paperwork involved, and at the end of the day, we're all each have a vote, so it's not that powerful.
You know, it's interesting. You don't get to hand out the key to the strip anymore.
Well, I still do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, because I have half the strip, so I anywhere in my part of the strip, I do for sure.
Okay, well, at least you're doing the important parts of the work.
Yeah.
All right. So as you look at what's going on, as you head into this election cycle. What's the biggest issue that people are talking to you about as you walk?
Well, here's what's interesting. My flyer says, ICE out, Trump out. And that's honestly, I'm talking to Democrats, hardcore Democrats, and that's the number one issue, number two issue. It's they're so focused on Trump and what's going on nationally and ICE, which is huge in East Las Vegas, of course. So those are the number two issues.
Are you surprised, or did you anticipate that ICE would not be acting as they had done in other places in the country, in Las Vegas?
I'm not sure surprised, but very pleased. I'm not sure if it's our Republican governor, if it's the guy that owns his good friend on the Strip,
Phil Ruffin.
Phil Ruffin. But for some reason or other, they've laid low so far. So we're ready in case they change their mind. But it looks like even nationally they're trying to slow that down because they realize it's killing them with the Latino community. And with just liberal Democrats are just incensed by it.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. As we're taping this on Tuesday, April 28th. We're just a couple of days after the assassination attempt on the president, or presumably the assassination attempt on the president. What were your thoughts on that?
I was shocked that somebody from Caltech was so incompetent. That's a great school, and to get in there is like the hardest thing in the world. So I don't know what was going on, but there's so much animosity towards him that I just think random people are trying to do something. But at the end of the day, we just need to get rid of guns, and we need to tone everything down. But I think it starts at the top, and I think he stirs up trouble as opposed to tries to calm down trouble.
All right, but if we look historically, the Kennedys, Martin Luther King. I mean, it's not a Republican or Democratic issue. It's a gun violence against presidents issue. Is it all mental health? I mean, is that what we're really looking at?
Well, I'm sure the people that are doing it, but it's also the access to guns that make it much more easy. But it's also, I'm telling you, Trump is stirring up something beyond what's normal. So it's there's just so much hatred and chaos that he foments that I think it's just inevitable that people that are crazy are going to pick up a gun and try to do something crazy.
All right, but I do want to reiterate that this has not been a Republican or Democratic issue. It's been across the board.
Yeah, but he's been there, for a year, and he's already had like 3 attempts, and who knows how many others are going on. I mean, he's definitely, I think, raised the bar. But again, we can all tone it down, and I think we need to tone it down. But it starts at the top, and he doesn't seem willing to start toning it down.
Okay, are you?
Yes, absolutely. But when he stops, I mean, if he's out there on the street attacking my constituents, then I'm going to, fight back's probably a bad word, or a bad phrase, but push back.
When you hear about no tax on tips, does that please you?
Not really. I mean, if
really?
you look at if you look at the fine print, it really hasn't made much of a difference. And I'd rather have them make sure they get their Social Security and everything than a few bucks. You don't pay much income tax for under $100,000, and most of those people don't declare more than $100,000. So I know it's probably heresy to say that in a town with the culinary union, but I think it doesn't make that much difference. Just like overtime, it's just something he threw out there to try to get a few votes. And at the end of the day, we just need to make sure the billionaires pay more.
It's interesting you say that. I guess the question is, and I would say this to the other side as well, is there anything that Donald Trump could do that, a Democrat would approve of?
Well, he just semi-legalized marijuana.
Yeah.
I mean, what he did.
So you give him credit for that?
Well, truthfully, Biden had it already loaded up, so he just.
But he didn't have the guts to pull the trigger.
Well, the reason, Biden.
I mean, I saw it all over the past week. Democrats were saying, we really blew that opportunity. That could have been our issue.
Yeah, well, and that's part of what Biden's issue was. He played by the rules and he let everything simmer along. But the truth is, it was all ready to pull the trigger if Biden had been reelected and Trump wasted another year. But nevertheless, he did it, and to his credit.
Okay,
I will give him another thing.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm smiling because that's the interesting thing is that, and most people don't really understand this, but legislation on a federal level rarely comes from one administration. It's administration after administration, especially in things like foreign policy. But even things like marijuana, it moves along slowly, and it can be a Republican or a Democrat that ends up getting the credit for whatever occurs.
Absolutely, and the same thing in my job. I mean, Chris Giuliani started a lot of projects when she had my job, and then I was the beneficiary because I've got big parks and police station, all this stuff that I'm getting credit for. But it's been in the works for a long time.
All right. So as you look out across the landscape at this point in time, how well are Democrats positioned? Because I still see a lack of leadership at the top.
Well, I think that's inevitable. If you don't have one person, it's just everybody's out there trying to figure out what the message is. But I think as we get close to the election, you'll see a refined message, somewhat at least for this election. And then after as soon as the election's over, presidential campaign starts, there'll be lots of people out there trying to talk different things, but it'll coalesce around one message, one person. And I think, at least right now, that 2028 looks good because we're going to have a unified message, and we only lost by a few votes the last time, so it looks good.
When you see people, you know who Stephen A. Smith is, right?
No.
You don't?
Oh, on the
sports
on
guy.
The sport guy, yes.
Yes. But he also has a political podcast. Have you ever listened to that?
I have not.
He has zero experience in politics, but he has great communication skills, which is the winner when you look at it.
Well, when it comes to winning the election, probably the skills for speaking. But at the end of the day, you need somebody who also understands the process and knows how to administer things. So I mean, that's one of the problems is you get a communicator there, but they don't have the team around them that understands how to make the government work. You really don't accomplish anything. And
the opposite was true with Harry Reid, who admitted that he was not a great communicator. He talked to Nevada news, news organizations, including this program, many, many times, but he wasn't going to be on Meet the Press because he wasn't that strong of a communicator. Whereas you look at Bill Clinton, for example, or Ronald Reagan, that they were great communicators. Clinton was one of the rare exceptions that both understood the policy and the ability to communicate.
Yeah, well, and Obama, but I mean, the truth is...
Well, yes, sir, definitely Obama, yes.
You can, and frankly, history will look back on Biden and say he was a fantastic president because he really hired good people around him and toned things down and just pushed forward. I mean, Nevada benefited because of Biden, all the stuff all the money he gave us. He kept us afloat at the county level. If the local government had gone down when the economy went down, the whole country would have gone down. So he did a tremendous amount of stuff. We're still building buildings and roads and things because of the money he laid out there. And the solar stuff that he started, that Trump's trying to pull back, but that I don't think they ever can. I think he really changed the dynamic as far as energy goes. So.
Okay, boy, you put a whole lot into there to respond to. One is that it's going to be 20 years before the Biden story is told. And the same for the Trump story, really, right. In the end. And, one of the problems with politics is that there are so many, clouds surrounding every issue and every movement that you really don't know until you have that perspective of time to see who was good and who was bad.
In most ways, but honestly, I mean, his invasion of Iran is just crazy. I mean, there's no excuse to do something like that, in my opinion, when he tore up the original agreement, which is what he's trying to get back to. I mean, there are ways to look at it in the short term and say this was a mistake. Now, maybe in 20 years, there'll be a bigger picture to him, and he looks a little better than he looks right now. But just his day-to-day things he's doing just don't make any sense, and I think everyone agrees that it's wrong.
Okay, so let me play devil's advocate here. All right, so it was very interesting when Israel and the United States joined together to bomb the nuclear facilities. The immediate response, especially from the New York Times, was that they didn't accomplish anything. Now, when they're attacking what's happening with the administration now, they're reverting back and saying, well, what they did there was very good and it blocked the access to the nuclear materials, but now they need to do more. It's been interesting to watch the changes in the discussion. So I don't want to get deep into this because this is an international issue, but it's just interesting to watch because I think when you look at the United States military and the fact that they didn't game this out over 2 weeks. This has been gamed out over years. And we have an incredible military that we're paying $1 trillion a year for. And I think that they have really come through. And the fact that we have 3 nuclear aircraft carriers right now in the Persian Gulf is pretty amazing. And if I were any country, I would be very concerned about having that kind of American might facing us. I want to get back, let's take a break and let's come back to marijuana because that is a huge issue that you have totally been the king of. Let's talk about that when we come back.
Welcome to Story County, where history meets innovation, and a pioneering spirit continues to shape our future. At the heart of the Tahoe Reno Industrial Center, we power the future with global leaders in technology and manufacturing, driving progress that reaches far beyond our county lines. From advanced manufacturing to tech innovation, our industries are creating thousands of quality careers, fueling a vibrant economy that benefits every Nevadan. But it's more than just growth. Our community is our foundation, supporting families, empowering local initiatives, and creating a place where everyone belongs. Be part of a legacy built on bold ideas and boundless possibilities. Join us in building a brighter future right here in Story County. Story County, helping build Nevada's future.
Carson Valley Inn, it's your place for the good times. Carson Valley Inn.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Segerblom. He's the Clark County Commissioner for District E. So the Trump administration now has made changes to the way marijuana is dealt with. How is this going to benefit Nevada?
Well, first, it's not totally clear because his statement was about medical marijuana, so I'm not sure if that's going to impact the recreational marijuana, which is
But you're starting down the road.
right. Exactly. So the question is, how fast does that happen? I think I saw something. Hopefully in July he'll do it. But if he can get recreational, then 280E, which is the big bugaboo, the tax thing, which makes almost no company able to make profit, that's gone. And then
Just to explain, that is where you can write off your expenses and do all the things a normal business can that right now marijuana can't.
right. So they pay taxes through the roof, and it really hurts them. That's the other thing that's really important for Nevada is now they'll be able to bank. And
Yes.
I think the big reason these casinos have never had it inside was they don't want cash business in there that can't be banked. So because that brings in the feds and the money laundering stuff. So once
that's huge. So that would enable. Do you think that the gaming companies, have you talked to anybody in the gaming companies to say, okay, once this passes, are you willing now to put in lounges, for example? I mean, because that would open up huge doors.
Absolutely, and honestly, when you broach the subject, it's like, oh, we don't want to talk about marijuana, but I've been told they actually have rooms set aside for lounges.
Really,
Yeah.
already?
Yeah, I mean they're ready to go because that's what they do. Their business now is food, entertainment, and what better than food and entertainment than marijuana? Maybe a little alcohol too, but it's just it fits in. It's only 10% of the people, but that's 10% of happy people.
Well, this brings back Mary Lau's comment from years ago where she said that you're going to open the marijuana lounge and have the $100 buffet right across the way there. And those two will be a great compliment because they'll make money on the food and they'll make money on the lounge. And, you know, the other thing is that's kind of interesting. I was talking to an owner of a hotel casino a couple of years ago, and I was talking about poker lounges. And I said, do poker lounges make money? And I said, no, not really. He said, but if one half of a couple likes to play poker and the other half likes to play slot machines, that's a win-win for us. So I think the same thing will probably apply to marijuana, that if half a couple likes to, indulge and relax and go eat in the buffet, the other person likes to play.
No, absolutely. It's one more thing you can offer out there, and without Canadians and other people right now, then it would be a win-win. But so I'm very looking forward to seeing what happens, and next session of the legislature hopefully can address this.
Okay, why did the rest of the Strip not jump on Derek Stevens' idea of matching the Canadian dollar to the U.S. dollar? He did very well with it, obviously. Why didn't everybody else jump on it?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I do know.
Was that a conversation? Because you talked to all these guys. Wasn't there a conversation?
No one asked me to say what do we want to do about Canadians, but everyone says, "Oh my God, that was a 5% cream on the top," because those guys are good gamblers, they're good spenders, and we miss them.
It just seemed to me to be Normally, if you just say, well, here's an idea, let's see if it works, okay, there's reason to doubt. But when I think Derek Stevens is a genius. I mean, I really do.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure what the trade-off to, because you're talking about billion-dollar companies. His company, even though it's big downtown, is really a small fry as far as the gaming industry goes. So they might have thought they're going to open a can of worms. But
Well,
who knows?
wasn't Steve Wynn small fry too? When he started?
When he started.
At the Golden Nugget?
Yes. But, he came up with some good partnerships and some great ideas in the Mirage. And speaking of the Mirage, I don't know if you've seen the guitar.
Yes.
Isn't that incredible?
Yes, it is.
I'm not sure when this is going to be shown, but I think on Friday I'm going to top it out. So it's very exciting.
Oh, that's very cool. Yes, the guitar is going out. For those that haven't seen it, you can see the frets on the guitar now. There are still people complaining about the volcano, but I think all that's going to go away. Have you seen the designs? I mean, is that going to be a lighted sign that, is animated?
Truthfully, I don't know.
Okay.
But a lot of people are complaining, oh, it's so mundane, and who would have thought of a guitar? And it's like, oh, that was a volcano. So it stands out. It's just
It definitely does. It definitely does. Okay, let's take another break. We'll be right back with Tech Segerblom after this timeout.
The trucking industry is the most resilient link in the supply chain. And for over 90 years, the Nevada Trucking Association has been the voice for the men and women in the trucking industry. From Carson City to Washington, D.C., we advocate for policies to protect our trucking companies and keep commerce flowing. Because Nevada's and America's prosperity is tied to trucks. There's nothing without trucking.
A power line is more than a power line. It's maintaining the bottom line for small businesses. It's keeping the assembly line moving for our workforce. For our brightest minds, it's meeting a deadline. It's on the front line with our heroes. And on the sidelines of the biggest games. It's a direct line to our loved ones. And it's a lifeline for the most vulnerable. There's a lot on the line.
Meet Nevada Health Link, Nevada's official health insurance marketplace. Your link to savings, selection, free assistance, and name brand health insurance, where 90% of enrollees lower the cost of their monthly premium. Everyone deserves access to quality health coverage, no matter your income or family size. Visit NevadaHealthLink.com. A few minutes could save you hundreds of dollars per month.
Nevada Health Link. Our plans are made for your plans.
Like a traditional handmade basket, retail is woven into the fabric of life in Nevada. From big box to mom and pop, retail supports our communities in countless ways. Jobs for the disabled, team uniforms for kids, help for the elderly, and so much more. Retail employs over 1 in 10 workers. Retail supports Nevada, and we support retail.
RANNV.org.
This is Nevada Newsmakers.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Tech Segerblom. He's the Clark County Commissioner for District E. We had Jan Jones on the program a week or so ago, and I asked her about the potential sale of Caesars. She sits on the board. She said, of course, she can't talk about it. But what are your thoughts about Caesars, where they are now, and what the potential is?
Yeah, I honestly don't know about the potential, but I can just say, having Caesars, most of the Caesars property in my district, they really have changed things around there. They're making a Vanderpump Hotel now. They just lots of things. We're putting a day club right there in front of the Caesars where they used to have the fountains. It's a lot of excitement going on in Caesars. They're renovating all the properties, so they're putting the money where their mouth is. Now maybe that's costing them, but at the end of the day, it's a much finer property, and it has gone down the hill for a long time.
Interesting that you would say that. I know that, I am not going to name names here, but somebody influential within the Carano Empire had said to me when they bought the properties that the thing that was missing for them when they would tour the properties in Southern Nevada was, they didn't have the family orientation that El Dorado had had in Northern Nevada for so many years, and that people were excited for them to take over. And that was a whole lot different than when Harrah's came in and took over Caesars, and all the Caesars people were freaked out. That never happened this time around.
Yeah, I haven't seen a mass layoff or anything else, so I think they kept the people, and they said they're putting their money where their mouth is. So all the properties have really been enhanced and lots of new ideas, new restaurants, new partnerships like Vanderpump. So it really changed company, but maybe they put too much money into it. I'm not sure, but anyway, knock on wood, they're going to stay strong because they're a major player out here, obviously.
Just real quick answer on this. Bill Lerna, who is Union Gaming for many years and now is CBRE, Richard Ellis as a gaming analyst, made a comment, I guess, at a convention here recently that said he didn't see that there were going to be any new properties built from the ground up for several years in Southern Nevada. You agree with that?
Probably after the guitar, at least for a couple of years, but there's several pieces of property. I think the next thing's going to be the basketball stadium. Hopefully that's going to be on the Strip. And when that's built, that will be surrounded probably by some casinos. But of course, the baseball field is surrounded by casinos. So that's a new one that's still on the drawing board, but getting ready to go up.
Okay, where would you like to see the NBA?
It's got to be on the north part of the Strip. I mean, there's crossing the Wind.
You and George Assad for Resorts World?
Yes. I mean, if you put it down the same corner of Tropicana, Las Vegas Boulevard, what's going to happen when all the venues have a game? I mean, it's going to be a nightmare. So let's bring it up. We want it on the Strip so people can walk, visit Las Vegas and walk to the game. But it's just so perfect for the north part of the Strip. Fingers crossed.
That's where we have to leave it, my friend. Thank you always for doing this. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Next time I may not be a county commissioner, but
no, we'll see. We'll see. I can't take sides, but I'm optimistic. We'll be right back. As you know, Reno is booming. Toll's development company is helping it grow with insightful design and development, building community with every project, adding beauty, adding excitement, emphasizing our shared humanity. Reno is becoming bigger. Toll's development is helping it become better, more livable, more enjoyable. To learn more, go to tollsdevelopment.com. tollsdevelopment.com.
We're the Peters family, 2 combat veterans, our daughter Elle, and our Liberty Dogs puppy in training, Cooper.
Cooper will grow up to be a life-changing companion to a veteran with visible or invisible challenges.
We're helping Cooper build focus and confidence so he's ready to support his veteran.
And we know he will help bring happiness and independence to his veteran's life.
So join us, become a puppy raiser, and change lives, one puppy at a time.
At Nevada Urban Indians in Reno, your health is our priority. Our medical clinic welcomes everyone. We accept all insurances, ensuring quality care is within reach. Nevada Urban Indians, your partners in health.
It happens. And when it does, there's UMC Quick Care.
Thanks for watching Nevada Newsmakers, coming to you from the Ahern Hotel in Las Vegas. We'll see you on the next project.